So Global Sources Summit is one of the first Amazon e-commerce conferences that was started in 2016. So we've been hosting this physical conference since April 2016, twice a year in Hong Kong, co-located with the Global Sources exhibitions, so people could actually visit the conference and the exhibition at the same time. But thanks to COVID, we have to host it virtually this time. So the conference is going to be held next week. It starts November 10th. We've got about 25 speakers that are going to be talking about all things e-commerce and Amazon. Do you mind if I share my screen and maybe go through some of the topics and the agenda and the speakers that we have?
Yeah, not at all. Let me see if I can add that to the screen. There we go.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay. So one of the differentiators of Global Sources Summit or the virtual summit is that it's going to be live, really, really live. A lot of the other conferences, e-commerce conferences out there, they are simu-live. What that means is that they have pre-recorded presentations and then they just play them during the conference as live presentations. But the drawback with that is they're not interactive. So it's a recorded presentation that plays for 30, 40 minutes, and then you move on to the next presentation. But Global Sources Virtual Summit is going to be held live, really live, and you can talk to the speakers, ask them any questions. It's more like a classroom environment. It's not really a one-way sort of presentation. And then we also have the first ever China sourcing workshop. So this is a workshop conducted by sourcing veteran Steven Selikoff, who's been sourcing products from China for, 2 decades now. He has a lot of experience sourcing from China. And this is the first ever 6-hour workshop that we're going to do, talking about the ins and outs of sourcing from China, like how to find suppliers. Let me go down to the workshop real quick and just talk about the workshop first. So here's some of the things that we're going to cover in the workshop. So product choice, how to decide what you want to sell, and how to find and vet your supplier, how to negotiate. This is really important. What are the goals of negotiating? Negotiating as a woman. I hadn't even thought that was any different, right? But apparently it's different. Is
Stephen the one to talk about this? I guess we'll find
out. Yes, Stephen is going to talk about this. And then there will also be role plays. So it's not really, a one-way kind of recorded presentation where Stephen just gives out tips and advice. This is going to be interactive. He's actually going to do role plays, and then you can actually go and implement these strategies in real life when you're talking to your suppliers. Shipping really confuses a lot of Amazon sellers. So we're going to talk about how to or when to use DDP, XWorks, FOB, FAS, like what are the pros and cons? And then target price. This is also something that Amazon sellers often get wrong because they don't build in enough profit into the price that they source the product for. So this is again very important. Like how do you set the right price for your product? Quality. When to use quality assurance, when to use quality control, how to do inspections, how to scale your brand, business protection, and then really important, what to do if something goes wrong, like missed deadlines or failed inspection. So this is going to be a 6-hour workshop where you're going to learn a lot. This is Steven Selikoff. He's been sourcing since 2005. He's also written a book, the complete book of product design, development, manufacturing, and sales. It's a lot of good information there. And I also want to cover some of the topics that we're going to be covering in the main summit. So most of the topics are designed to help you succeed next year because, 2020 was a bad year for everyone, or not a bad year, I should say. It was a very transformational year. And, we had to really change all of our strategies when it comes to sourcing. So all of the topics and the speakers are really going to be forward-looking at the summit, and they're going to be talking about what to look forward to next year, what strategies might work next year. So first of all, we're going to talk about state of e-commerce. We have Simon Clarkson from Channel Advisor giving this presentation, and then we're also going to do a panel discussion where we have a lot of e-commerce experts talking about what trends to look for in the coming year. Brexit is an important trend Amazon sellers need to be aware of. So what to do in terms of if you're selling in Europe, what are some of the challenges that you might face. We also have a couple of masterclasses during the summit. So first of all, there's a copywriting masterclass. And this is basically a 1 hour deep dive, hands-on masterclass on how to write copy for your Amazon listing. We have a photography masterclass, so how to make sure that your photos are very impressive and can convert your listing. We're also going to be talking about videos. That is such an important and emerging trend in e-commerce. And then selling on Amazon globally. So we have about 2 hours where we have 4 or 5 experts coming in and talking about the various Amazon marketplaces. Most sellers would sell primarily on Amazon US, but there's so much opportunity in other Amazon marketplaces. So we have a person talking about Japan, and then Europe, India, Singapore, Canada. So there are about 20 minutes for each of these marketplaces, but it's within, like a 2 hour session. So you're going to get a lot of information on how to sell on different marketplaces. Sourcing quality products. This is, again, super important when you're sourcing from China. We're going to cover India as well. A lot of people are looking to source from alternative markets. And Global Sources, in fact, does have a special section on the website now featuring India suppliers. But how do you manage quality when you're sourcing from India? PPC is, again, very important for Amazon. So if you do master PPC, you can really increase your sales and also increase profitability of your products. So we have a PPC masterclass that is going to be done by the CEO of PPC Ninja. And again, this is a hands-on masterclass where she will actually teach you how to implement PPC strategies that are very effective. We also have a PPC panel discussion with industry leaders, and the panel is going to be moderated by Danny McMillan, who's a very well-respected Amazon expert. And then the last key thing that we're going to be talking about at the summit is an omni-channel e-commerce strategy, because that is going to be a really, really important trend in 2021. Whether you're a small Amazon entrepreneur or a big retailer or any company in between, this is something that you really, really need to look for, because the way people shop, where they shop, what they shop online is changing significantly. People are not only looking at marketplaces to shop or Google, they're looking at Facebook and Instagram, and Pinterest is offering shopping now, and live stream shopping is going to be a huge trend. Walmart is also increasing in popularity. We also have somebody doing a masterclass on Shopify. So those are some of the topics that we're going to cover. And lastly, I just want to talk about some of the speakers that we have. So a lot of these speakers are well known to Amazon sellers. So Danny McMillan, Chris Thomas from Australia, Amy Wee, CJ Rosenbaum from Amazon Sellers Lawyer. So we have over 25 speakers from the US, Europe, Australia, India, China, a lot of different speakers.
That's a almost mind-blowingly packed lineup. In fact, it's hard to know where to start. But luckily, I don't have to. I just have to direct people to the website. So yeah, where can people learn more about this? And also, what do they have? How do they get to attend? What do they have to do?
Yeah, so let me just quickly talk about the fees. I'm going to go to this page here. And so if you want to attend only the summit, that is just the presentations, it's a $45 fee. If you want to attend the China sourcing workshops, it's $145. And if you want to attend both the workshop and the summit, then it's $170. So people can actually just go to the website. It's globalsources.com/summit.